Hey everybody, welcome to episode 6, I believe, of Woolley Geek. Happy New Year, everybody. This is my first podcast of the new year. My name is Holly Sullivan, and I am also known as Silver Moon Witch on Facebook and Plurk. Woolley Geek is a show, just in case any of you are new. It's a show around my knitting and spinning and all around fiber habit. And then I'm also a gamer, wannabe. Not as hardcore gamer as some people I know, but I love to game, and so the geek portion is it kind of anything geeky. We talk a lot about games, but technologies, fun apps that may be out there, things like that. So the show has a little something for everybody. It's February 4th. February. Oh, wrong. January 4th. Sorry. I'll admit, um, I actually just got back. I'm a little bit more dressed. Y'all have seen, if you are returning viewers, you have seen me with no makeup on. You have seen me where I have put some makeup on just to not look so pale and pasty and washed out in the background after not having done anything all day because Friday is my day off of work. I do work for ITT Technical Institute. Yeah, the geek in me loves that job sometimes. I'm also now a graduate of ITT Technical Institute, hence the reason why I'm so fancy and dressed up today. I had my graduation tonight and we just got back. So here's a celebratory glass of wine, some Ghost Pines 2008 Zinfandel, by the way, is amazing. And my local store is no longer going to carry it, so it's right now they're selling it pretty reasonably. So we're going to have some. So anyway, welcome to the Woolley Geek. Yeah, on social networks I don't use my real name. I use Silver Moon Witch, was actually born my I play World of Warcraft and I have a level 85-ish mage on Zul'jin, and her name is Tenadri and she is my highest level toon. I am very proud of her. I have worked with her. She was my inception from a little bitty baby. I'm one of the founding members of the guild of well, it had a different name and I can't even remember what the original name was. But the new name for the new guild, although I was one of the founding members of the original guild, is the Peasants Union. So if you play WoW and you're on Zul'jin and you're looking for a really cool, fun guild to join, and if you play Horde, come check us out over at the Peasants Union. We'll be glad to have you. We're a lot of fun. Good group of people. People, my age, some people a little older, some people a little younger. One of the members in our guild is a really, really cool guy that runs in our guild. He's only 14. So, it's really, really a well-diverse guild. We have a lot of fun together. We really, really enjoy it. So, this show is also about knitting and spinning. I got some goodies this week. I clearly cannot be trusted near a knittery. I go in for one thing. Hi, Harley. My dog is going to visit. Um, I go into Rare Pearls in downtown Duluth, Georgia, which is where I currently live. I'm originally from Washington, D.C. I lived in Georgia most of my life since I was 10 years old. I'm now 38, so do the math, people. I've had too much to drink to do it myself. But yeah, I've been here a very long time. We will be relocating as a family to Boston next year, so hopefully by this summer. So this time, come 2014, I could be podcasting from Massachusetts. Ooh, so we're happy about that, and some great places to knit there too. But downtown Duluth, which is very close to me, it's actually way too close to my job, to be fair. Seriously, there has to be some kind of crime against that. Yes, let's pass a law. No knitteries can be within 5 miles of my job. It's way too easy to spend money. But it is a mom and pop place. It's called Rare Pearls. It is tucked inside of a vintage, I say vintage, historic house in downtown Duluth. It's in the Knox House, which I think was built around the 1800s. Um, it shares space with a winery and restaurant. Yeah. It's not like a winery like Wine Fields or anything like that, but they are attached to one of the local Georgia wineries, not Chateau Allen, but one of the other ones. Um, so the person that owns it does have a small wine field, I believe. And anyway, make a long story short, they do specializes making up words here. Wow. But they specialize in different wines and things like that. And it's just a nice place on a Friday night to go sit on their porch in the summertime and knit. Friday night from 6 to 8, they have front porch knitting at Rare Pearls, and you can just, step off their porch and into the lobby area of the restaurant and order a glass of wine. Hey, fun stuff, right? Wow, I'm like on alcohol tonight. Okay, moving right along. But yeah, I went to the knittery, went after needles, and I got them. Don't get me wrong, I do get what I aim for. I needed some particular needles to knit a sweater for my daughter, and I, for some reason, in my inventory of needles, didn't have the right ones. Because yeah, as I showed on my podcast last week, I was going to knit the Wee Bunny Lass for Alora. It's a sweater and tam set that also comes miniature size for a doll. It's like will fit a Cabbage Patch doll basically. So I'm knitting that set for her, and I got plenty of yarn for it. Alora picked out a yarn. My dog keeps nosing me. Alora picked out a yarn in this beautiful. Where's my bag? Beautiful, beautiful purple. Bring it out over here to show you. That's like two balls together. But this beautiful purple is for her sweater, and it's gorgeous, and she's gonna love it. I know. So we're totally excited about getting ready to knit that. And I have something else on the needles I have in this bag. This is why I need a non-knitting chaperone when I go to knitteries. Like, it's got to be my husband too, because he totally doesn't knit and has no problem reminding me that we're on a family budget. Therefore, my knitting budget should be that big. That's just all it should be. This is my knitting budget. I'm like on zero money knitting, like, yarn budget until Stitches South, and I'll explain that in a minute too. So I have not typed up show notes yet, so tomorrow I will type up show notes. So don't expect show notes tonight, it's not happening. But tomorrow, tomorrow when I'm sober and know what I'm doing, I will type up show notes. Until then, we're gonna have fun together. But I have this beautiful blue yarn, Cascade 220. It's Cascade 220, and the ball band is in here somewhere. It's 3 yarns. I know the color number 4002 is the charcoal black. The other two, I'll have to wager a guess. But I got that. It's over 200 yards. It's like 220 yards, I believe. It is 220 yards and of Cascade 220. And I got that for a project that has already been casted on. I have the charcoal black, and this is a small bit of the ball. I do have a bigger ball. I don't have a yarn swift, so when I was balling it up from the hank, I had it wrapped around the chair, and then the very end of it got a little wonky. So anyway, this was like the tail end, but this is the black. And then this is also Cascade 220. This is the white in Cascade 220, and they are for one project. And I've already casted it on because I am on a deadline on this project. This is an important project that I'm on a deadline for. Because it is the... There you go. You can see it. So, this is a very special project that I'm working on. So this will probably actually be the last time that we show it until this particular project is completely done. As a matter of fact, it's not even made it to a project bag yet. This is where I bought it from. Let me actually just pluck the business card off of there. Because if you do live in Metro Atlanta, Georgia, and you want to go check it out, it is owned by... His name is not on there, but it's owned by a guy. I think his name is Lawrence. He owns the shop. His mom teaches classes there. But it is Rare Pearls, and it is located in downtown Duluth. He knits, by the way. So does his mom. She teaches the classes, but he's a casual knitter. So there they are. And it's just really, really a wonderful place. It's www.rarepearls.net. RAREPURLS. Great play on words there. I just love that place. So, there's that project. I do have an update on the Bridget Sock project. Oh, bam! Drum roll, please. Just kidding. But I do have a finished sock, a finished right sock. I still have yet to weave in the end because I haven't blocked it yet, but I do have a right finished sock with a fantastic traditional heel turn. Well, it's a wrap and turn heel, so you got this amazing texture running across the back of it, which I thought was wicked fun. Loved it. I don't do too much ribbing at the top. There's my ribbing from here up. I just don't like tons of ribbing. I don't like tons of, like, I don't know. I just like ankle socks. I'm blah that way. But they turn out fabulous. I'm just gonna slide on my hands so you really get a look at this amazing cable. This sock was designed by Amy Beth, also known as the Fat Squirrel and Ravelry and Plurk, and she has her own podcast, The Fat Squirrel Speaks. Awesome, fun, amazing podcast. If you really want some good shenanigans, go check out The Fat Squirrel. But yep, I knitted it up. It's amazing. I love this sock. I love how it feels. It's very dense. I did knit this on a size 1 circular needle. This was knitted on my size 1s. Let me show you my work in progress. So finished object, work in progress. Sock puppet, finished object, sock puppet. All right, I'm getting crazy here. But these are size 1 Susan Bates Velocity needles. And I am now working on the left sock. And I cast it on the left sock day before yesterday. Was it day before yesterday? No, it was yesterday. I cast it on yesterday and I have this much done. So I have the toe done and I have started the pattern a little bit on there. So I've gotten about halfway through the pattern, almost. Not quite, but almost. So we're working on that. And that's in progress. And I hope to maybe in a couple weeks, but this is currently in hibernation. I am solely concentrating on the Cascade project. And again, when that is done, I will show it to you. So that project will make an appearance again in a couple weeks. Well, let's see here. I have gotten from my fabulous friends for the holidays. We went to do our gift exchange among ourselves at a New Year's party. And I got this wonderful big project bag. This is like big tote bag. Perfect project bag. Dun 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 dun. How perfect is that for the Woolley Geek? Talk nerdy to me, baby. Right. So I have my sweater project in there, which has absolutely no progress on it yet once again this week. But I'll show you what progress I do have. Actually, I lie. I did a little progress. You just can't see it. I needed 3 stitches on it. But there it is. It's a broken rib pattern, and it's on size, I want to say it's on size 10. And this is a Michaels exclusive yarn, Charisma maybe? I'm not sure. I don't know. It might be loops and threads. I have no idea. But it's green, and it's fabulous, and I love it. I love its softness. It is a chenille yarn. I do love its softness. It's a synthetic yarn. And I do want to say these needles are size 10. Boys. I know they're boys, and I think these are my 10s. So that is currently in this bag. Yay for this project. Putting that aside. Now I also had some more goodness in the mail. That's actually my other bag. My bottom whirl drop spindle came in the mail. I love it. This is a really good price. It's from Wild Designs. She's on Etsy. She is actually, though, she does ship from British Columbia. That's where she's located. So don't expect it to order it and have it come in a week. It's not going to happen. It is coming from British Columbia, and this time of year, you know, there's lots of different stops it has to make. Lots of snow up in the north and things like that. So she did try to get it to me before Christmas. I knew it was coming from British Columbia. I was not worried. So again, it just hasn't been my, like, lately for ordering stuff and getting it in a timely manner, but I don't really care because, you know, it's a luxury to have to get this stuff every once in a while. It's just a luxury and I enjoy it, but by all means, I'm not gonna, like, not survive if I don't have it. So, you know, I'm perfectly willing to understand if it's coming from Canada or something, they have to go through 10 feet of snow to get it to me. It's okay. I'm not gonna die. But I have really enjoyed it. And the lady that sent it to me, I currently have some fiber that I did get from Real Pearls a few weeks ago. This is I talked about it but didn't show it on my last episode. This is some merino fiber dyed in a colorway called Flame. And this one is by a local person to Norcross, and she puts up her fibers in rare pearls. It's Olive You is her Etsy shop. Olive You, and I want to say her Etsy name is Einstein's Logic. So if you're interested, I don't think that she actually has anything up in her Etsy shop right now. You'd have to actually check out Rare Pearls. But I have started spinning this on my drop spindle, and the difference between the bottom whorl and the top whorl. And I understood this a little bit better by reading a book that I am going to do a book review of if I have it handy, and I don't. But Respect the Spindle, really, really excellent book. I'm going to review it fully next week. But I did, in reading that, and we're looking at the anatomy, I'm in the chapter, The Anatomy of a Spindle right now. And it talks about how, in a bottom whorl spindle, the weight is at the bottom, of course, because the weight comes from the whorl. The whorl is what balances it. And then what can throw it off balance is not having your cop wound on there correctly. If your cop is like too heavy in one spot, it will throw it off balance, but blah, blah, blah. I'm getting ahead of myself. But the top whorl spindle that I normally use, the weight's up here, and that one does have to suspend and spin. This one you can suspend and spin, but the way it's made, it can also be balanced on a table and spin. I'm just spinning on my laptop right now, which I don't really want to do because then I'm going to have all kinds of issues. Well, let me actually go ahead and spin this bit right here. Wow, that didn't work out so well. There we go. But literally, I just have it just sitting on my laptop, and we're spinning. And it can actually supported spin, not like true supported spin. If you don't have this, I don't have this tiny, tiny little tip, and it's balanced in a bowl. Not like that. Not like a regular supported spindle, but it can supported spin or suspend. And the weight is at the bottom, so it doesn't wobble as much. And I've noticed that it doesn't overspin on me as much as the top whorl does. So I'm actually finding it at my sort of still kind of beginner level, because I've only been spinning since the Tour de Fleece last year. And I've never taken a spinning class. I am self-taught. I am having an easier time with the overspinning part. I'm not getting as much overspin or too much twist in this spindle. So I really like the spindle for that. And I actually do have some of this fiber on my top whorl and some on my bottom whorl because I really want to see the differences. So I really am enjoying that. I find it easier to spin this merino on the top whorl because it will spin a little quicker. I am quicker on the top whorl than I am the bottom whorl. But I'm very much enjoying spinning on this. It's a learning curve and I love it. It's definitely not the learning curve that I have with the top whorl. My learning curve on this, it's probably because I have been spinning for a little while, it's a little bit more even. So I'm very, very proud of that. Love it. And she was so nice and sent me some samples, just wee little tiny sample bags of about that much a piece of some Angora, 3 different colors, Angora that comes from Bunny. And here is just some of it that I spun, and it's overspun. I haven't, of course, set the spin or anything like that. I'm not going to worry about it because it's just a little sample. I had fun spinning it. Had to get into it right away as soon as I got it. I was sent 3 colors. I was sent white, chocolate, and chestnut. And really the light brown, almost blonde, I would have thought was the chestnut color, was actually chocolate. And the darker color was chestnut. But here's the Angora. And this looks spun really thick. It's actually really, really thin. I just have, let me see if I can separate a little piece here. It's very fuzzy, very slick, slippery, and soft. It was difficult to spin with my level of experience. But I did get it about that thin. And it is so dreamy soft, but you can see how the overspun bits and stuff I got. But it was dreamy soft. And such fun to just play with. Just have a little tiny bit of it to just play with. Literally, that's all she sent me. And I was so pleased to have it. I wasn't expecting it at all. It was a lot of fun. And I personally like to think that these 3 samples, they just came in little bags like this and I spun them together. Just started when I ran out of one on the spindle, I just dropped it in and started the other one right into the other one. Um, I like to think that maybe they bunnies were hers, and she loves them and feeds them and pets them and takes good care of them every day. And when she pets them, they shed, and she cards that and then sends it to me. Or I don't know how they deal with. I don't know if you card Angora like you do wool, but hey, who knows? That is actually something I might look up, see if you treat it the same as wool. But I like to think that these were 3 little happy Canadian bunnies in her household. You never know. So that thought made me happy. So I just have that little fantasy that they were her tiny little Angora bunnies producing this absolutely beautiful heavenly fur just from my sample. I'm off topic again. Oh, this show's a hot mess this week, people. So yeah, that's it. I think my husband's getting ready to game. My dog has finally decided to go lay down. I do have Nick kitty cat nosing over here. Because I do have, now I spoke about her, so she has to come over. Hi, sweetie. I do have a big, big golden retriever. Like, she's big. And I also have 4 cats. So sometimes we might have some pet shenanigans, or what we like to call in the house pet aggro. When we're gaming or something, the dog will come over and want to be petted, just bump at us. And we're like, no, no, you're killing me. Literally, you're killing me here. Pet aggro. So anyway, we have that. Let me clean up this space a little bit here. Um, so that's it for knitting and spinning. That was just sort of yeah, my works in progress, my finished object-ish, my spinning, my spindle, and Gora Bunny love. Um, all kinds of good stuff. You know, I'm going to start a sweater. I do have a lot of knitting goals this year. Knitting goals. Knitting goals. Let's talk knitting goals. Anybody else make New Year's? I did not set resolutions this year because resolutions get broken. Goals get met. So I set goals this year. I set goals. And I'm only going to talk about my knitting goals. Goals this year. I do want to knit 3 sweaters. I have 1 in progress for me. I have 1 going to go on the needle shortly for my daughter. I have a sweater pattern already picked out for my husband, and when he's ready, we'll get him some yarn and knit up his sweater because it's gorgeous. It's one from the same magazine. It's the one something copper, the man's sweater. It's my book review last week. It was in there. So there was that. Don't really have anything for the geek segment this week except a recommendation from my husband. There is a Facebook, Chicks Who Game, or something along those lines. Apparently they have a really fun Facebook and they post a lot of fun stuff. So check out Chicks Who Game. I personally love the website, Geeks Are Sexy. Love that website. It's Callie Cosplays, her blog, and where she posts stuff. And if any of you are like into the geek thing, you know who Callie Cosplay is. But Geeks Are Sexy. If you don't know who Callie Cosplay is, please introduce yourself to some eye candy. She is amazing. She's fun. She has some really good articles from time to time, and she is awesome at cosplay and costuming and things like that. She's amazing. She's an amazing cosplay model, and you should definitely check her out. So that website is Geeks Are Sexy, www.geeksaresexy.com. I think that's pretty much it this week, people. I am tired. It has been a long day. I've been so excited about graduation that yeah, I didn't get a ton of sleep last night. I was also up late knitting and watching American Horror Story because that's like my favorite show right now. One of my favorite shows anyway. It's dark and hideously mind flipping. It's awesome. I love that show. Really, really freaky show, and I like freaky stuff. I really do. So there was that, and so I didn't get much sleep, and then I've been busy all day. It took me hair and makeup today instead of taking the normal like 15 to 20 minutes maybe. Like 5 minutes on the hair and maybe 10-15 minutes on my makeup. This look, let's turn around here. That didn't take too terribly long, but it involved blow drying, curling iron, and stuff that I normally don't do to my hair. 3 hours. 2.5 actually, I think. I don't even know when exactly I started on the hair and makeup thing, but it took a very long time today. My lipstick's gone because I've been to graduation, I've had dinner and stuff. Don't care. But yeah, so I'm gonna go upstairs, take a shower, wash all this out maybe. I might do that in the morning. But it is time for me to spend some time with my family. My child has gone to bed. I am going to enjoy this glass of wine, relax, maybe watch a movie. And then I've got to get up and go to work in the morning bright and early because it's Saturday and my office is Saturday hours. Take care, bot. Take care, everybody, and I will see you next Friday. Same bat time, same bat channel from the Woolley Geek. Bye bye.